we don't consider the great languages of the country to be dialects of Hindi. We don't. Most of the, it's a very peculiar thing, this thing called Hindi. It's about 120 years old. Singularly pioneered by a gentleman called Mahabir Prasad Dwivedi. It's known as the Dwivedi Yuga in the evolution of the language. And it's actually a travesty that we call, the real languages of the Hindi belt, which are ancient, full of great literature, are Bhojpuri, Mythili, Brajbhasha, Avadhi. No great epic of Indian literature in the last 2000 years was written in Hindi because Hindi did not exist as Hindi. The ridiculous thing today is that these great languages, we call them dialects. Yeah, they are languages. They are languages with 1,500 years of literature. We call them dialects. Just, to my mind, almost borders on the criminal to reduce such great languages to that. Now, this is the complexity of the Indian situation. It's the only country that has 780 living languages, 225 that have, apart from which 225 have gone extinct in the last 50 years. The Ramayana was not written in Hindi. Now, Tulsidas, what language did Tulsidas write in? He wrote in Avadhi. Yeah, so I'm saying those are the great languages. Let me tell you very quickly, it's necessary for you to know how what we call Hindi today came into existence. Yeah, Bhojpuri, Avadhi, Brajbhasha, Mythili, Magadhai, all these were great languages. A lingua franca developed between these languages, and then between these languages, Persian, Arabic, and Urdu, you created a language called Hindustani. That was the real broad, widespread, it was the link language. Okay. Now, the link language of Hindustani had, by the way, it would be very different in each part of the Hindi belt. Because it was your base, Bhojpuri plus these other words, or Mythili plus these other words, or Brajbhasha plus these other words. Even today in Odisha, there is a dialect called, we say Deshiya. But Deshiya is different in Western Odisha than it is from coastal Odisha because it is the local language plus Odia. And that's how Hindustani evolved. It was not created by anyone, it evolved from the need of people. They created their link language. Between Midnapur side in Bengal, you'll find a language that is neither Bengali nor Odia, but is actually a mix of both. People created the language for their need. Now, what then happened in the last 150, 200 years, as the British created their divide and rule principle, more and more, Muslim fundamentalists on the one hand started expelling, I'm not saying they did it first and I'm not going into chicken and egg questions. They started expelling all Sanskritized and non-Urdu words from Urdu. Hindu fundamentalists expelled everything that was, from Persian, Arabic and Urdu, and you created exotic languages, so Sanskritized, so Persianized. When I was a kid, there used to be a joke about All India Radio. All India Radio broadcasts in 3 great languages that nobody speaks. Sanskritized Hindi, Persianized Urdu and Queen's English.